Don't forget to subscribe, turn on the notification bell and to check out the join membership option.
Alright guys, so welcome to this new episode of our tower defense anime game series, guys. So in today's episode we will cover up the actual level up mechanism, so leveling up your towers and changing their appearance by leveling them up, changing their stats, their damage, their attacks, and yeah, so that is the big topic I want to deal with today, guys. But before we get started, guys, please comment #bosses if you consider yourself as a part of this community, and thank you for your extreme support recently, guys. We are blowing up, guys, so the amount of subscribers we are receiving is insane, guys, really. And I just wanted to say thank you guys for coming this way with me together, and I think that the future is going to be bright, guys, with you. So you are an amazing community, for real. Okay, so with that being said, let's just get into this video right here. And yeah, so let me just first of all check if everything works as I've expected. Okay. And yeah, so we will be creating this upgrade button right here, so we will be doing some further work on that. And if we still have enough time left, then we will add some animations to this unit right here, or to the units overall in general. Why isn't he attacking? Oh, okay, so he is attacking, but very slowly. Okay, so there were many of you guys who weren't able to place that Zoro tower, so some of you have been complaining about that. And I'm not really sure what you guys have done, so all you need to do is just, so you won't have that Zoro tower equipped by default, so you need to assign it to one of your towers manually till I create that summoner or the tower shop whatsoever, guys. So that will be done in a future episode, because I just want to get this tower defense mechanism first of all done in order to move on with stuff like lobby, match selection, summon, tower shop, emote shop whatsoever, guys. And yeah, so let me just quickly show you how you assign, or how you can assign yourself a tower. So all you need to do is you need to go, first of all, you need to test, and then go to this thing right here, so to switch perspectives, then go to players, then your player, and then just choose one of those towers and write Zoro post TS, so the way as I've written it right here. So let me do the same for tower 4, and then switch back perspective, so you are basically switching between client and server, and we want to be on the server's perspective, so our data actually gets changed and saves. And as you can see, the text right here has changed as well, and I'm able to place the tower, and after leaving, the tower should save, guys. But I also think that I've shown this in one of my previous episodes, guys, so I now have noticed who actually watches my videos and who not, or watches my videos till the end. Well, I cannot blame anyone for that, so they are pretty long, I admit that, but hey, you like actually get some education in terms of how to script a tower defense game, and not like someone else does, who just puts the model in their description and forces you to take it. Okay, so I actually try to explain all of these scripts. Alright, so everything seems to work. Now let's move on with that upgrade thing. Okay, so let's go inside of the stats thing right here, and let's check that monitor first of all. Alright, so we are accessing the stats folder through the Adorni, so excuse me if I'm not up to that by now, because the last video is now a couple of days old and I forgot about it. Okay, so what we are basically doing right here is we are just copying that variable, which gives us access to the tower stats folder. And I need to add that parent right here because the variable or the path was only valid to this script right here and not for this one. And the difference between these two is that this script again is a child of a button, which is a child of a frame, as the monitor script is. Okay, so we want to do script, parent, then parent again, and then parent again, and then Adorni. And Adorni is the property of that billboard GUI right here. And then we're just accessing that stats folder in Surfy Tower. Okay, so let me now add some kind of cooldown to that button so you're not able to spam that button. And for those purposes, we are creating another bool value called enabled, and then we are checking if that bool value is false by default, so which it is by default. And if that's the case, then we want to change it to true, means we're not able to pass that check right here. Then we wait 1 second in order to set it back to false. So this enabled value right here actually stays true for like 1 second, and in that 1 second, on that second, you're not able to click that button again. So you have to wait 1 second every after every click in order to be able to click again. All right. Now the next thing is that we need to, I'm still thinking, I think that we will probably fire server this remote event right here, which leads to a change of the stats and of the appearance of our tower. I still have to think about how the appearance could change. So what kind of appearance should Zoro obtain after being upgraded? But let's just first of all do that fire server thing. So we are defining a null variable which refers to our remote right here. So we could basically do script.parent whatsoever, but in this case this reference is more recommended by me, or is recommended, because this would not work because we are like copying this billboard GUI outside of this replicated storage inside our player GUI. Therefore this script.parent way would not work because the remote event is no longer in the same category as our billboard GUI. Therefore we need to access it by using get service replicated storage or game.replicated storage, and then either wait for child tower or just tower. So I like to work with wait for child, and I've gotten used to it. I even use it when it's not even necessary. But okay, so we are trying to refer to this tower remote event right here, and yeah, so we want to fire serve that remote event with the first parameter being our first argument being our task we want the script to do, so in this case to upgrade, of course. And the second thing will be our stats folder. So these are the two arguments we will pass when fire serving. Now the next thing we want to do is, so let's, where is it? Okay, it is right here. Let's add another value which represents our cache. So upgrading obviously should not be free because because everyone would just get a OP tower and there would be no point in that upgrade. So your tower would be as strong as everyone else's tower is, because everyone is able to upgrade without paying anything, you know. And for those purposes, we will be adding that cash value. So if you have gotten enough cash in order to upgrade, then you're free to upgrade, of course. And that is the next thing we want to do right here. So let's define another variable, local c, instance.new. So we are obviously creating a new instance, which will be a integer value in this case, which will be a direct child of our player. So we are putting that value inside of our player, as we did with the tower values right here. And then we will call this thing cash, of course, and the value will be 0 by default. Right, and that's the way to add new values to our data store right here. So the rest regarding the load mechanism or the save mechanism of this data store is totally automated, so there is no need to add something or whatsoever. So you can just leave it as it is right now. So it should work. Don't blame you if it does not work, but it should work according to my memories. So let's see. Okay, as we can see, we have our cash value right here. So let me just add some cash to myself. And as you can see, the tower 4 has saved as well. And now let's leave the game and let's join it again. Let's see, guys. Okay, so it is 0. Okay, it is 0. For some reason it did not save, so data store request was added to queue. If request queue fills, for requests will be dropped. So that might be the reason. Yeah, so let's add something. So if this works, then I will explain it to you guys. Okay, so the error has disappeared, which is a good sign. Okay, but it still did not save, for whatever reason. Okay, so this is pretty weird, to be honest. Maybe changing the status store right here will do something about it. So let me take a look. Oh, all right. So I was wrong. So there's still something you guys need to change, and it is right here. So once we are saving, we are like looping through our player and only taking the string values. Okay, so and our tower values are string values, but our cache value is not. So our cache value gets ignored or is ignored by the saving mechanism. And in order to fix that, you can like either put everything inside of a single folder, which is located inside of the player. So you can like remove this limitation right here, or you could add another condition. So or v is a integer value, so int value. And if you want to add more values which are not string values or int values, let's say they are like bool values, object values, brick color values whatsoever, then you would need to add them right here as well. So the same way as I do. So v is a, and then the class name of that value, guys. So let me now explain what this thing right here does. So we are like accessing the run service, and we're just checking if the so how can I explain it? So we are like inside of the game, and we're checking if the session we are like inside is a session from studio or is a actual Roblox session. And if the session is not, okay, so not inside of studio, so is in the actual game itself, then we will save. And if it is in studio, then we will not save. And the reason behind of this, so the reason behind why I've implemented this thing is we would double save, and that would cause data loss, as the arrow right here or down here has indicated. Therefore, only one save is enough, okay? So this is just to prevent data corruption whatsoever, guys. So let's see, hopefully this works now. Okay, and as you can see, it hopefully has worked, guys. So let's see, and yeah, there we go, guys. So it has worked, so the data still works totally fine, guys. And yeah, so we have just added that cache value right here. Now the next thing we want to do is we want to go inside of the tower script right here. So once our remote event has been fire servered, this whole thing right here happens. So, but if the first argument, also known as the task, is to place, now we will add some additional code to it. So if our task is to upgrade, then so we have gotten two tasks right here now. And where is it? Okay, it is right here. So there we go, upgrade and stats folder. So our second value is the stats folder. Then, okay, so let me first of all think about what kind of method we could use right here. So I think that we could actually work with a library, or I think people on Roblox call it dictionaries. So, and like add some tables right here, or a table, and let me first of all, yeah, all right. So we will add this table right here, which contains information about all of the single upgrades our Zoro can achieve. So it stores the default values for the level 1 Zoro, for the level 2 Zoro, for the level 3 Zoro. So information about all of the single stats regarding the damage, the range, whatsoever, guys. And every time we try to upgrade, we will loop through this information table right here and change the stats according to what we have entered right here. So let me first of all set this table up, and then I will move on with further explanation. I think that we should change the attacks per second to range. Or no, let's actually keep it at attacks per second. There we go. So damage by default is at 5, so let's just take that over. attacks per second is at 0.5. Okay, so these are our stats for our first upgrade or our first level. Now to the second level. The second level we'll have, let's say, I don't know, 15, or is that too much? So 15 for our damage and 1 attack per second. So these are probably going to be very overpowered stats, guys, but yeah, so you can change it afterwards if you want to, if you desire to. Now the damage, let's say 25, or let's say 30, guys, and attacks per second will be at 1.5. Okay, so these are our stats for our Zoro plus time skip. And now I'm still thinking about, where is it? This upgrade right here. So let me add some kind of module script right here, which holds all of the prices for the upgrades. So the thing was that I wanted to store the prices right here and then like pass them as a third argument. But I think that exploiters would be, or it would be pretty easy for them to change that value to like 0 and then instantly upgrade without any cash, you know. So in order to prevent that a little, so I'm not saying that this is the ultimate solution for that problem, but it could be a solution, guys, okay? But there's probably a way around for exploiters, so they would probably find a way to bypass that solution as well, guys. These exploiters are pretty pretty funny people. Okay, so module local upgrade, return upgrade, local upgrade prices. I'm not sure if this is the way, probably not. Okay, I think that I need to remove that local right here. Okay, there we go. Okay, so Zoro post TS equals, so I'll be explaining this table as well in a bit. 100 is equal to 50 and 3 is equal to 500. There we go. So these are our upgrade prices right here. You can of course change them if you want to. And where is it, guys? So there we go. Now we need to make or create access or get access to that module script right here. In order to do that, we create a new variable right here. So upgrade module equals. So when working with module scripts, you always need to use that require thing right here. So we are like requiring the modules inside of that module script by writing that require and then the path to that module script inside of those brackets right here. So in this case, game get service replicated storage, because this whole thing is inside of that replicated storage. And then again, dot upgrade prices, or wait for child upgrade prices, find for child upgrade prices, so whatsoever. So what you guys desire, okay? So now we have successfully made access to that. And now we can like create a local variable called prices, and then quickly here's it, guys. I need to make some small changes right here. So where is it? There we go. Okay, I need to string value. So I need to make a string value called tower, which holds the tower's default name, because as you guys have seen, once this tower has been placed, the name is being randomized. Okay, and we cannot use that in order to like check the price table, so we need the tower's actual name to do that. And let me just write this thing, and then I will explain it to you guys. So I hope that it will get more clear once I try to explain. So we will loop through that table, of course. Upgrade module prices, and do if I equals that's folder tower value, then and then we want to loop through that again. So in this time we want to loop through this table. Okay, so this is a single table as well, and we want to loop through that. So v do if I2 equals stats folder level value, then prices, or price is a better name, I think, v2. There we go. And yeah, so this is our price. Then, and I think that there is actually a better solution for this. So let me make this whole thing like, let me put it right here. And now function assign price. I'm going to put this whole thing inside of the function. And once stats folder level has changed, we want to make use of that function. So assign price, and we want to make use of that function when the script has been loaded. Okay, so without anything else to happen. Okay, and this is the way to assign a price, to pass the price. Now, next thing we want to do is we want to implement that price to our upgrade button. So in order to do that, we do script.parent text upgrade, and then those brackets right here, then the price, so this is how you put the price, put the actual price next to that upgrade text. Now, in order to test that out, we would need to disable that upgrade, or that local script right here, and then re-enable it. Where is it? We need to re-enable it right here. So the reason for us to like disable it is because we are like trying to access that stats folder, okay, which is being accessed through that Adornee right here, and that Adornee is not being set by default. And if we would like keep this enabled, and it would try to access the Adornee, even though there is like no Adornee, then it would throw out an error and break the whole upgrade button script right here. So that's the reason for us to leave it disabled till we place the tower. Okay, tower is not about number of right, script parents dot name. Okay, so this is actually pretty weird. Tower name. Oh. Okay, so gave us an error because we've added a new tower value to that tower right here. So this one, and it did not know what to do with that. So it had no idea to, or what to do with that tower value right here. Where is it? So T9 default. We can actually get rid of this thing right here. Let's just do that. And now let's check if this works. So in order to fix that problem, you've just seen, all you need to do is like change that tower name text label to tower, or change that tower value, the tower value's name to tower name. So, but I cannot guarantee you that. Wait. Okay, so the price is being displayed. Let me change the level to 3. And yeah, so as you can see, the price changes as well, guys. So this works, which is pretty cool. Now let's see. I'm at that dollar. Okay, so the price is being passed as well, and now we can. Oh, let me just quickly explain you guys what I've just done. So we have created a new table inside of an upgrade module, upgrade prices module, and yeah, so this table first of all holds that index. Okay, so this is an index, and also let me try to display it right here. So this is our I. This thing is our I, so the thing which I've marked right here is our I, and V is the rest. Okay, so the thing after this equal symbol whatsoever. So this is our V. And if our I is the same as our tower value, which is Zoro plus TS, okay? So if these two are equal, which they are, then we will continue to loop through our V, so this thing. So this is what these things do. And now to the next part. So our I2, our I2 is our 1, or our 2, or our 3, and even our 4 if we would add 4, which we did not. And our V2 right here is our price, so our 100, 250, and 500, and the index indicates the level. Okay, so if we are at level 1, then we want the price to be at 100. If we are at level 2, then we want it to be 250, and if we are at level 3, then we want it to be 500. And we are now checking right here for those levels. So if our I2 can be assigned to any of our levels, or can be compared to any of our levels, then we want the price which belongs to that index to be displayed as the price for our upgrade, which we are like doing right here. So we are assigning the price to our variable, and this variable is being used in right here to display it next to the upgrade text in our button, but also down here to pass it. But I do not think that this is necessary, because we could access it right here as well, so we can access it inside of the tower script as well, so there's no need for us to pass it. So passing it would just be a unnecessary risk, so exploiters would be able to change it, I think. So able to change the arguments, not the prices, of course, or at least not the according to what I know. So there might also be a way for them to change the content of module scripts, but I do not think that they're able to do that, to be honest. But do not blame me if they're actually able to. Okay, so now we have required our upgrade model right here as well. And now let me see, guys. So where is it? Okay, so you want to do the same right here. So create a empty variable, and now instead of stats folder, we will do value 2. And then I just want to print the price first of all, so I just want to see if this whole thing works even inside of that server script. Okay, so this works. All right. Now we can actually move on. So if player hash value is greater or equal the price, then we first of all want the player to lose that amount of cash. So player cash, so we are like referring to the cash value which is inside of the player, and reducing it according to what the price is. So we are like buying that upgrade. And the next thing we want to do is we want to, where is it? So stats folder, no, value 2, level value, value 2, level value +1. And then we want to loop through that table we have created up here. So pairs info, so we are increasing the level by 1 right here. So value 2 is our stats folder, then we are accessing the level, then the value, and then we are like doing the same right here. So our value is equal to our current value +1. And now we are accessing this, or we are going to loop through that table right here, and the same. So this is actually the same we did right here. So our index is once again, our I is once again that index right here. So if value 2 tower value is equal to I, then for I2, V2 in pairs, V. So our V is the rest, so this thing right here, and we are looping through that. And now we will check for the level right here. So if I2 is equal to value 2, level value, then so if any of those levels right here can be compared to our tower's level, then we once again want to loop through our v2, because our v2 now is this table right here, so which contains all of the information regarding the damage, the attacks per second, whatsoever. So v2 do, and now we will also loop through our stats folder. So value 2 do value 2 get children, sorry, get children, because this is an actual instance and not a table. And now if our v3 equals our v4.name, then I forgot that F. Then we want the v4's value, right guys, so v4 value is equals to v3. So, and now this complicated thing should work, and if it works, then I will explain it to you guys in detail. In more detail. So let's see, guys. So I have enough cash, obviously. Is our tower right here, and now let's just check for the damage. So if the damage changes, then the attacks per second will change as well, so there's no... Okay, so the level has been... Yeah, so the damage is not being changed for whatever reason. The attacks per second probably as well. Let's see what a problem is. So, oh, okay. So we actually need to compare our I3 and not our V3. So we are comparing the we are always comparing the index. But if that's the case, then let me put these instead of these. So then these need to be written in that way, because I don't think that the script is able to compare strings and those, well, non-strings, because they're not between these two. I don't know how you call these in English. So these two symbols which make the whole text green. So the green indicates that it is a string, I think. Okay, so now let's try and see if this works now. But it should work now. So damage, and as you can see, our stats, they upgrade. So damage right here upgrades, and we are even able to upgrade from level 3. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that, but so as you can see, we can upgrade our stats, and we probably need to upgrade our appearance as well, guys. So this is on how you upgrade the stats. Now let's move on with the appearance. I'm probably gonna make some or only one appearance change. I'm probably just going to be changing the shirt. So I think that this is enough, to be honest. So, but before we move on with that appearance change, let me first of all explain you this. complicated looking code. Okay, so I've explained this one already. So this just checks for the player's cash. So if the player has enough cash in order to buy the upgrade, then the upgrade is being bought and the player's cash is being decreased, of course. Now we are looping through that info table, which holds all of the information regarding the single stats on different levels. So level 1 has 5 damage, 0.5 attacks per second, and so on. Okay, and then we are comparing our tower's name with the index. So the index, as I've said, is always this thing right here, and we're just looking for our table, which we need, okay, with this code. So it would not make sense if I would try to make use of, I don't know, Goku's stats when I'm trying to upgrade my Zoro, you know. So you need to categorize them by using the names. And if the entry which belongs to our tower has been found, then we will loop through V. And V, as I said, is always this part after this equal symbol. Always this thing, okay? So the rest here as well, but my mouse, or I wasn't able to fully reach it. So this whole thing is V. And V2 and I2, okay, so let me show that. So I2 is this 1, this 2, this 3. So the things before this symbol, this equal symbol. I don't know if you call them equal symbol in English, but let me just call it this way. So that symbol. And the V, of course, or the V2 is the thing after. So this table, and this table. And if we have found our our level in one of those I2s, then we will loop through that table right here, okay? And the reason for us to be not able to upgrade to level, or to upgrade after level 4, was because there was another entry with those brackets and then 4 inside, so that entry was missing. And the script tried to access it, so it expected it to be there, but it was not there, and therefore it throw out an error, okay? So that was the reason for that not to work. So if you want to have more levels than 3 or more stages, than upgrade stages than 3 or 4 whatsoever, then you would need to add more entries right here, which contain, well, you do not need to contain different stats right here, but it would make sense to, of course, have different stats. So what's the point in upgrading after level 4 or 3 when you just stay at 30 damage or 1.5 attacks per second, you know? So if you plan on adding more upgrade stages, then you would need to create new entries or equals whatsoever. So the way we've done it right here. Where are we? Okay, so we are now right here, and as I've said, we are now looping through our V2, which is this thing and the thing right here. And now we are once again no, before we do that, we are looping through our stats folder. Okay, so through our stats folder, which is located inside of our tower. So we are looping through both of them now in order to compare them, okay? And what we're doing right here is we are I3 is this and this and this and this and this and the thing after. I think you get what I'm trying to say. So we are comparing that to the stats, so the stat values, which is inside of that stat folder. So we are comparing the name of that to our index we have right here. So let's say we are like, let's say we are looping right here, okay? So we've gotten to that point, okay, in our loop, and then we have gotten to that point in our loop, and the name of that is not equal to that. Therefore, we're moving on with that loop, and now we're comparing them again. So the name of this value is damage. Our index is damage as well. Therefore, this check would succeed, okay? And if it succeeds, where is it? Then we want the value right here, so this thing, to be equal to this entry. Okay, so this works fully automated. So all you need to do is just enter the stats you desire. And yeah, so it does not only work for damage, it works for attacks per second as well. So once this has succeeded, it will loop to this point and then repeat that whole check thing again. So if I would add another stat called range or something, then I would be able to add another entry right here called range and then giving it a certain range at a certain level. So that would be possible, but I'm not going to do that. And I know that you guys want to see the big things like creating cool attacks and I don't know, so very cool looking things, but you have to accept, or you have to understand, that scripting is not always about creating cool attacks with cool effects or whatsoever. So there's a lot of scripting behind of it. So the things which seem pretty easy to you, so you just like click on a button to upgrade whatsoever. So these things are those things I'm showing you right now, and it is always good to finish them first at the beginning, or right at the beginning, because afterwards you do not have to deal with them. Okay, so afterwards you can get to script the cool things, the big things, so very cool attacks with, I don't know, cool effects, camera shake, whatsoever, guys. So I just want you to understand that, okay? Yeah, so this is on how you upgrade them. And I think that we will probably do, or we will probably cover up the new attacks, okay, new attacks, new appearances, whatsoever in the next video, guys. So I know I've said that in the previous one, but now this time I'm real, guys. So I'm real with you. As you see, we have just yeah, covered up that stat changing, so that stat increase, and now there is like nothing in between our stat change and our attack appearance change whatsoever. So the next thing we would do would be that attack and appearance change anyway. Okay, so this time I'm real with you. Alright guys, so that's it with the video. If you have enjoyed it, then please leave a like, subscribe, share it to all of your friends, and if you subscribe, turn on the notification bell. Don't forget to check out the join member option and give me feedback in the comment section, guys. And if you're interested in I don't know, a new One Piece game, guys, then please check out the description. So I'm currently creating a new One Piece game, and I would love to see you on my Discord server, guys. And if you have any, or if you had any issues with following this tutorial or did not see a script that well, then I can recommend you to check out the description either, because I've left a link to an uncopilot place instead of the description. So there are two links. One link leads you to Linkvertise, and clicking on that link supports me, guys. So there is no virus as long as you do not click on any advertisement right there, guys. So I just would ask you to click on that link once and then leaving that site if you want to, so you do not even need to try to access the Roblox model through Linkvertise. So you can just only click on it once and then close the website again. And the second link, of course, is the direct link to the model, not to the model, to the uncopilot place, guys. Alright guys, thanks for your support and take care, and see you in the next video when we cover up the whole thing around new attacks, new appearances. Alright guys, that's it.